So for this month, I wanted to pick a crystal that had a very watery feel to it, because where I live in October, it usually tends to rain a lot. So, although right now it's really sunny, but that's going to change. So I wanted to choose a crystal that had a watery feel to it, and as well that I wanted to link it to the court cards in tarot and to the sign of Scorpio. So if you watch my first Maha picks for this month, you know that I'm focusing on Scorpio for this month. And also, if you've been following Maha's picks, you know that I always love to bring everything together, all my passions. So I like to bring tarot and crystals and astrology together with the month. That's kind of what I'm doing in these series. So the reason I wanted to bring in court cards this month is because I hear so much that people struggle with understanding court cards or have difficulties with learning the court cards more than the other cards. And to be honest, learning or understanding the court cards was the easiest thing for me because of knowing astrology. Now, astrology is just one tool that you can use when you're learning tarot. It's not the only tool. There are several out there. But I found that understanding the archetypal energies behind each sign, each zodiac sign, really helped me, like tremendously helped me in really getting these personalities that the court cards have. So just so you know, quickly, the Rider-Waite-Smith system, or the Golden Dawn, links fixed signs of the zodiac to the kings, cardinals to the queens, and mutables to the knights. Now, this is not written in stone for anybody. For me personally, I like to think of, for example, the suit of wands, the cardinal fire, which is Aries. I link that to the king. And fixed of fire, which is Leo, I link it to the queens. So it works for me. That's how I learned it. But once you understand all the zodiac signs, it's just so simple. It really, really, you guys, I just couldn't wait to make this video for you, because I wanted to share that. I wanted to put it out there, you know, and Aquamarine is such a beautiful way to do it, because so many metaphysical properties of this crystal are helpful for understanding both the King of Cups and Scorpio. So throughout the video, I just want you don't need to know anything about astrology or tarot for that matter, but I want you to keep in mind the traits, let's say, just the generic traits for Scorpio. So Scorpio is a very powerful sign. It's psychic, it's deeply intuitive, and deeply emotional. Cancer is emotional too, but Scorpio in a different way. Scorpio really feels things deeply, like almost like down in the belly emotions. So, okay, let's say, do you have anything else to say? Let's just go now to the table and look at the crystals. Alright, so let's have a look at Aquamarine. Here I've got some specimens in my collection. I've got a big chunk of it here, which I love, absolutely love. I've got some small chips here. I've got this piece that I think I've shown you before, and I love it because it's like a triangle shape. And I will show you close-up of all of these in a moment, because it's always hard with the camera to get the right coloring. And I've got this chip necklace. And this one is slightly more bluish than these other ones here. These ones are more seafoam green. You will find that Aquamarine does come in slightly different shades of blue. It is not a cheap crystal. It's a little more pricey, especially some which are higher grades than others, and it does come in gemstone quality. It's a type of beryl, and it gets its name from Latin for aqua, meaning water, and mare, meaning the sea. This is a crystal that's really calming for the nervous system. It quietens the restless mind, so it's great for meditation. I love wearing aquamarine as a necklace around my throat. It is a 5th chakra crystal, and I'll talk about that again in a moment. I love wearing it. It's so calming and soothing, and you know, sometimes I just leave it on at night. This necklace here, I was wearing this in the beginning of the video. I don't know if you noticed, and I just wear it. I leave it on at night. I sleep with it because it's a really great crystal to sleep with. It's a crystal that sharpens intuition and strengthens psychic powers. So sleeping with it is really great for dream work and enhancing dreams in general. It strengthens personal power. So we think of Scorpio with personal power. It helps in taking control in any situation where we need to be powerful. So I'm going to quickly introduce the King of Cups here, as I talked about. So the King of Cups, which is related to Scorpio, is in the suit of cups, we have the association to the element of water, which is the element of emotions. So now let's go ahead and dive into the more watery side of our aquamarine. Aquamarine is known to be good for opening the channels of communication with dolphins, mermaids, or any water entities. And it's good for safe travels on water. Sailors apparently wore it for good luck in the ancient times. I found that aquamarine loves to be put outside and in the rain, and I've discovered that it kind of becomes a little more bluish whenever I let it sit in the rain. It's almost like it charges the crystal and makes it more vibrant and energetic. I really feel that it recharges its energy. And I do that a lot. I always put it in the rain, and actually it's raining today, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it sit in the rain. So beautiful. I highly recommend you try that. And if you watched my first video on patchouli, this is another property that patchouli has in common with aquamarine. Aquamarine eliminates fluid retention, and it does so by strengthening the thyroids. It's very healing for the eyes. And at one time, actually, eyeglasses were made out of this stone because it was really soothing for the eyes. So as we said, it's attributed to the throat chakra, or the 5th chakra, which is our center for communication. And it's also used on the 2nd chakra, where emotions are very deep, and it's where our creative emotions reside. In crystal healing, we often use complementary colors, so colors opposite on the color wheel, for either pushing or pulling a certain chakra, bringing maybe more heat, or making it or cooling it down. And so blue and orange are complementary colors. Orange being the 2nd chakra, blue, light blue being the throat chakra. A lot of times we use these complementary colors together. And personally, I love to use aquamarine on the 2nd chakra as well as the throat chakra. It aids creativity, and it really helps you to understand and get in touch with your emotions and your changing moods. And so you can identify them, tune into them, and be able to communicate them better to others. It balances and purifies the emotional body. It's a crystal that I go to when I'm going through actually the time period of the month, like when I'm going through PMS or just experiencing difficult emotional moments. The time when I'm feeling very intense, overwhelming waves of emotions, I go to this crystal, and I feel that its soothing energy helps me to gently get in touch with those emotions that I'm feeling that maybe are more hidden, more difficult to access, or perhaps even denied. Especially those unpleasant emotions that you sometimes want to resist and don't want to feel. This crystal helps you to become aware of them and be able to separate yourself from them, knowing that they're just your feelings. And in that way, for me, it enables me to take control of my emotions and accept them as for what they are, and knowing that at that moment they're there, but that they can change. Just like water changes, just like water moves, and just like the waves in the ocean. So coming back to King of Cups, we see the king sitting on his throne, very stable and proud, sure of himself. There are waves in the background. He's sitting on a stone on top of the surface of the water. And the waves are not calm. They're moving around and, they're moving, but he is stable. He's sitting stable on his stone throne on this kind of movements of the water. So he's taking control. We can see that he's really in control of his emotions. He's very powerful. He's sitting in a seat of power. It's interesting because in the Corinne Kenner's Wizard Tarot, the King of Cups is linked to Poseidon. And Poseidon, we know, is the god of the seas and all water bodies. But not only that, Poseidon was also the earth shaker. He is very powerful god that caused a lot of maybe fear in some people. The earth shaker shakes the earth and creates earthquakes. So not only was he possessing the power of the water, but also this movement of the earth. And here he's really portrayed in a really powerful Poseidonish facial expressions. Another thing that I link Aquamarine to, with this beautiful seafoam color, I link it to Amphetrite. Amphetrite was the wife and the counsel to Poseidon. And that kind of more softer, gentler, accepting side, feminine, accepting side of Amphetrite really appeals to me in this aspect of Aquamarine. There's a really beautiful Zen quote that I often attribute to the King of Cups as well as Aquamarine. I'm going to say that quote to you. So it goes, "When you are the ocean, you are not afraid of the waves. When you are the ocean, you are not afraid of the waves." Aquamarine helps me to get access to those hidden, deep emotions in the ocean of my psyche. And it helps to engage with those difficult emotions in order for a peaceful transformation to occur. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. Write me your comments. I love reading your comments. And please tune into my next video, Maha's Picks Part 3, for the Stone Circle Oracle, Transformation Through Meditation. Take care. Blessed be.